Ashe, Divine Detectives and Collective. I'm gonna go ahead and jump right into this message. Before the light exposes, the shadows must speak. Welcome in, Divine Detective, where we expose, transmute, and reclaim divine justice, law, and order. Okay. So I'm just coming through with a quick message. I was hearing that a lot of the chosen ones right now have just elevated karmic cycles that was about 5 to 9 years long. 5 to 9 years long of a karmic cycle. So a lot of the divine collective is elevating, okay, from this very, very long karmic cycle. I'm also seeing that you were the missing link, okay, the final piece to the puzzle. And they're envious of your courage, specifically the generational curse breakers, okay? I have the 10 of Cups, the 2 of Wands, and the 4 of Pentacles, which lets me know this is the end of this cycle where you are experiencing any level of lack, poverty, not having money, or just struggling, okay? You have reached the bottom. And this is the beginning of a new spiral, a new cycle, okay? 10 of Cups, when I see that, it always reminds me of ancestral, lineage, things of that nature, okay? And you're now in your power here. And greetings. Your family is envious of you because they didn't have the courage to do what you do. They didn't have the courage to break this 5 to 9 year cycle. Okay, and because you did, this is you right here. The 4 of Pentacles. Prosperity, growth, ascension, love connections. You were not willing to accept the bare minimum here. You see how the arms are folded on this card and it looks like somebody's giving them something. So if we look at it from a outside looking in, they wasn't willing to do the work. They wanted to like popcorn you or like breadcrumb you, if that makes sense. Like they expected you to just go with the okie doke, go with the flow of what they do. Okay, greetings, Phoenix Rising. And that's because you are the world card. You decided to not take the short route. You decided to do the footwork. Okay, and this is why you are in this Ace of Swords energy, and the world card is here with the 4 of Pentacles. Okay. Yep, and Hangman right behind that. So they wanted to go about it the backwards way. You see, you got the Justice in reverse. Or almost like they wanted to buy their way to the top while completely glossing over the root cause and root issues here. Yeah, Spirit says off with their heads and no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Because they envied you and your courage, they attack you. This karmic family attacked you. Spirit says no love lost here. And they thought that they could persuade you to become one of them. You said no. You did the footwork. You went about it in your own way. And you became that missing link to reconnect to your ancestors. Okay. Look, and behind that we got the Queen of Pentacles. And then the Ace of Wands. That remind me of, like, you know, your third eye. You see how it look right there? The Ace of Wands. Like you just decided to see things, the truth. You decided to see the truth. And do the footwork here. No shortcuts. Just you and source. And this is why you've protected. This is why you've been eliminated. Not eliminated. Illuminated. Excuse me. This is why you've been illuminated and they are eliminated. Okay? They can't experience this sunshine with you. They can't experience this sunshine with you. This wealth. And ultimately the world. Okay? Because you are the world card and you are your Four of Pentacles energy. Okay? Yeah, you're in cosmic alignment here. And there was a deep father wound. Okay, so this even could have been a father figure who was setting you up to fail. Okay, the emotional pain or pattern inherited from one relationship with the father, often tied to unmet needs for protection, validation, and guidance. So this is a father figure who exploited your need for validation, protection, and guidance. Okay. He was supposed to encourage you and influence you to be confident, you know, trusting and having the ability to take action and feel secure in this world. But he didn't. Yeah, they wanted to turn your world upside down here. But you went into the dark. You brought things to light with the Sun card here, the Five of Wands as well. A lot of overthinking and creating illusions from the overthinking thoughts. Feeling unsafe, invalidated, lacking guidance. But you're now in your God state here. Your God state. So that's God state eternal now. Past and present and future are existing simultaneously. So you realize that you can create your reality in your world if you just stay in the present moment. Okay, with the World card here and the Queen of Pentacles. Trust the universe. Align with nature. Okay? Connect with nature, I'm hearing. And that's what you chose to do. And they're trying to collect some information on you. Ain't got no tea on you, though. You're authentic, okay? What else is here, Spirit? Because I have a quick... Yeah, magnifying your flaws. So this father figure and or guardian or family have a thing where they want to magnify your flaws and suppress your success. Thank you for the gift. They want to, you know, make you feel like when you have a success in life or where they should be celebrating you, they choose not to celebrate you. Is what I'm getting. But that don't even matter because you got your ancestors. You are the missing link. You was always the final piece to the puzzle. You are their judgment. The way that they mishandled you was their test. They failed. Shame on them. That's why spirits say off with their heads. Because, look, some even wanted a hitman on you. Somebody envious of you so bad that they want to hire a hitman. And they purposely withheld valuable information from you so that you could grow, so that you can prosper, so that you could feel safe and secure in your life. This is why Spirit is saying this is the end to a new beginning. You are elevating karmic cycles. You have put an end to a 5 to 9 year cycle. Okay? So show gratitude. Align with the frequency of gratitude. Be appreciative. Thank y'all for the gifts. Be appreciative and remember that no weapon formed against you shall prosper. So in knowing that, you start to operate like you are untouchable because you are divinely guided and protected. You no longer move in fear. So whatever hitman they thought that they was about to send your way, we call divine judgment and justice on everybody involved. They have no power against the divine collective. And while they thought they was withholding valuable information against you or from you to keep you from being successful, all you had to do was go within anyway. And remember who you are. That's all you had to do. Yep. Now faith, it says now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. You went within. That's Hebrews 11:1. And you started to exercise your mind power, your mind muscle. And look, we got mother womb here too. Okay? So you've healed these deep mother and father wounds. You brought things into balance. You've ascended from these wounds. You've healed yourself. You can be a Leo or just fire signs is significant here. You went through the fire and you choose to keep elevating. You choose to keep healing. You choose to keep sitting in your power and going within and accepting the truth for exactly what it is, accepting people for exactly who they are, not trying to add or take away to it. Somebody's name could be Robert, Jasmine, Anna, Mariah, Chantel, Dustin. You may know somebody with that name. This message is for you. Yeah. You're learning the power of your mind and creating, co-creating with the universe. That's the energy that you're in right now with this Queen of Pentacles. This Queen of Pentacles and the World card, you in that. You are the link. You are the one that is ascending this lineage or ascending this family. They had their chance. They missed it. They got to go and reincarnate, try it again. Hopefully they get it again next lifetime. That song coming through by Erykah Badu. I think that's Erykah Badu. I guess I'll see you next lifetime. Yeah, that's Erykah Badu. Ace of Cups here. It was always you. Say Leo rising, Ashe, right. Can't admit they wrong. Trust the process, Spirit says. Trust the process and stay grounded. It's no love lost here. Yeah, they pressed. Spirit say they pressed. Press, 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 press. Envious of your light. They think that you on some type of pedestal, like you think you better than somebody when really it's just your light shining through. It's just you being your authentic self, being the sun card, because that was what was out here. Thank you, Phoenix Rising. You too, beautiful. Okay, we got Orishas out here in ecstasies and getting your bag. Exactly. This is the end of that cycle. I'm trying to look, leveling up. Soon as I say that, this is it. You are going to feel, you're going to be so surprised. It's going to feel like ecstasy. It's going to feel like, you're just going to be surprised. You're an empath. That's another reason why they envied you. I got fire sign right behind that. So that's Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. You are always a passionate, independent, artistic, and brave individual. And an empath, a person that they just envy because you had the ability to feel. You had the ability to recognize manipulation. You just wasn't an easy target for them like they thought for some. Okay. Yeah. What else is here? Spirit, what time is it? 7:42. For y'all that don't know, I do have a YouTube channel. You can always go subscribe there. I've been trying to post my TikTok lives to my YouTube. For those that miss it on TikTok, I'll post it to the YouTube. Okay, so you can always go there and catch the replay if need be. Yeah, Pisces 222. I know it looks backwards, but Pisces and 222. You just always been like a deep feeling person. Like you always felt deep. And maybe even this mother or father made you feel bad for your deep emotions or your desire to want to question things and really deeply connect with them. And they always gave you surface. They always gave you just a little bit, enough just to, just to satisfy you a little bit. You say, I seen 222 today. And for a while now, I did too. I seen 222 like twice. So I feel like, yeah, you just always been a deep feeling person. Somebody that they graveyard magic is here. Tyranny. Yeah, these people were just too prideful to love you. They were just too prideful to give you what was your birthright. Like, they made it seem like you were some type of burden just for needing the normal things that a child need from their mother or father. They made it seem like you were an inconvenience. It's that pride. And they wanted to control you, control your mind, control your thoughts. Cut off, and they are cut off from divine guidance and humility. Okay? Operating from tyranny, or they're tyrants. That's because they're miserable and misery loves company. And that's exactly what they wanted for you. But you're the curse breaker. You are the missing link and the final piece to the puzzle. And they wanted you to compromise who you were at the core. Because I got Eartha Kitt out here. It's a saying that she say, a man comes into my life and I have to compromise. Laugh out loud. I love me some Eartha Kitt. All right. So, but when I think about this card and I see it now, they wanted you to compromise who you were to make them comfortable. Or, make you feel like in order to receive their love, guidance, and support, that you had to compromise who you were at the core just to be breadcrumbed. And meanwhile, magnifying your flaws. They wanted you to feel like you didn't deserve to be loved, or you didn't deserve to be cared for. They wanted to make you feel like this. This is a mother and a father here. They purposely did what they did. They wanted to cause you mental distress, and exhaustion. Right. Envy is here too. They wanted to sabotage your identity. Graveyard spells. Here again. Yeah. They never wanted you to see how valuable you really were. Because it is giving me people pleasing too. If you always people pleasing and trying to, make other people satisfied and happy, then when do you have time for yourself and building yourself up and focusing on your goals? When you always trying to please other people because you're looking for the love that your mother and father purposely withheld from you. Now, if you didn't have a mother and a father, then maybe the people around you, or you just always probably felt like it was your fault that you didn't have a mother and father Take it how it resonates, okay? Nonetheless, it's a mother and father womb, which is a masculine and feminine womb when we look at it from energy. So you've brought those things into balance. You went within. You really did some deep dive and soul searching to figure out what it was about you that may have been attracting narcissists, may have been attracting people who are transactional, what they love and how they show up for you, or people that make you feel small, or you might have insecure issues. Whatever the issue was, I can guarantee it was from a masculine or feminine womb. Okay, so that's what you have integrated. That's what you have evolved from. That's the karmic cycle you have elevated from. You are now entering a new spiral. You are quantum leaping right now in real time. Ashe, Alchemist, and Phoenix, I see you in the comments. Yeah, they wanted you to either unalive yourself, or they wanted you to feel like, how can I say this without saying the actual word? Okay, the card says committed, the M word, spiritually. So just take it spiritually, right? If they wanted you to not be alive, they didn't want you to be aware. They didn't want you to be full of life. Like they really wanted to suck the life out of you. Yeah. Yeah, divine counterpart and authentic. Yes, that's exactly it. You've married the divine masculine and feminine within. Okay? So now you are in alignment with divine connections and you're authentic. So this partner coming in and or soul tribe or family, they're going to be authentic. They're going to know who they are. They're not going to try to minimize you to make themselves feel better. They're not going to be offended or insecure by you taking up space and being exactly who you are. They're not going to be envious of you. They're not going to challenge you secretly, trying to compete with you. They're not going to do none of that because they're secure within themselves. They don't have a need or desire to control you. But see, this family didn't expect you to elevate from this karmic thought, this karmic cycle. You were supposed to be dependent, busted and disgusted, down and out, codependent. That's what they wanted for you. But you learn how to stand on your own, in your power. Say no to things that don't serve you. People, places, and things. Walk away from jobs. Walk away from family. Walk away from friends. People, places, and things. My favorite word is no. No. My 3-year-old favorite word is no too. She'll tell you no in a heartbeat. And you know what I do? I just sit back and be like, she said no. What I'm gonna do? And see, that's be exactly what they be trying to exploit. These toxic mothers and father figures. Your child deserves to have autonomy. They deserve the power of choice just like you. Who are you to control your child? I know it's your child. It is your position to guide your child, not control your child, and then get mad when you can't control them. That's not your job. Yes, you do want to make sure that they make all the right decisions, quote unquote. Did you make all the right decisions? You know, it's like they be having such high expectations for their children and don't have those same expectations for themselves. They don't leave no room for us to make mistakes and learn from them without judging, without exiling you, ostracizing you, making you feel like shit for making a mistake. It's a mistake. Did it cost them their life? Did it cost them, something serious? I mean, If it wasn't that deep, goddamn. And that's what I'm really getting. Like, they just overreacted to the smallest shit. You can buy new things. If it's about a thing, you can buy a new thing. You know, how do you expect them to learn if you are drilling them about everything? That's what caused anxiety. That's what caused depression. I thought about it the other day. Like, I was 8 years old when I had my first anxiety attack. Why the fuck was I having an anxiety attack at 8? And let me tell y'all how I know it was an anxiety attack. The room started to get small. I'm shaking, panicking, wanting to run outside, and did. And it was like, I didn't know what that was at the time, but now looking back, it's like I had an anxiety attack at 8. And I know exactly what age I was because I know where I was at the time. And I was 8. So it's like, what was I surviving at the age of 8? So that's what it's given with the collective. We have had to survive in these type of environments and develop these defense mechanisms just to survive. Yeah, you say you have a helicopter parent, and somebody could be a nurse, okay? Somebody may have a parent who's a nurse, or you could be a nurse. They were supposed to nurse you. Yeah. Domestic violence, relationship, or family. This is mental abuse. So what I'm describing is mental and psychological abuse. This karmic cycle. Okay? Yeah, Kali Ma had to come down and through there. I say to the goddess Kali Ma. Okay? She had to tear some shit down so you can rebuild some things. Reestablish the divine frequency within this family dynamic that was lost many, many, many years ago and generations ago. Say you was 8 when you first experienced SA. That was out here too, SA too. I just didn't say it, but I did see it. And they were supposed to protect you. They were supposed to protect you, and they didn't. And you know what I noticed? As a divine feminine mother, or what I like to call a divine dark mother, generational curse breaker, what I notice is that they will, even this type of family dynamic will get mad and target you just for how you love your children. Just for the way that you love and show up for your children, subconsciously, you are a target. Because you're doing something, you have the courage to love in a way that they thought could never happen. They fell victim to their victimhood. They fell victim to their circumstance. They thought that they was just supposed to repeat, the generational curse. For some reason, they didn't think outside the box. Like, maybe I should love my kids in a way that my father or my mother didn't love me. Maybe I shouldn't let them be around that uncle that touched me when I was a kid, but yet they let you be around that uncle that touched them when they was a kid. Or that's just an example. But what I'm saying is, it ain't your fault that they decided to do the same shit and be another oxymoron. I can't, I know I didn't get no love from my mama emotionally. She was unavailable, and she got worse over time. If I'm having panic attacks and anxiety attacks at 8, you can just imagine, right? She got worse over time. So knowing that I was having a desire to be loved, valued, respected, honored, heard, seen, why would I not give that to my kids? It's common sense to me, but it wasn't common sense to them. And you had the courage to do something that they didn't have the courage or strength to do. So they attack you. They talk about you. They withhold resources. They don't support you. They know you struggling. They know what's going on because that gossip travel faster than the fucking truth. So they know what be going on. They just choose to, not help. They just choose to step back and watch and see. Right, the silent treatment. Exactly. Aquarius. They know what be going on. Triangulated your whole family against you. And that's usually how it go. It's like this, it's a web. That's how I see it. It's a web. Just this force. And it's like you challenging this whole force. You are powerful though. They give you the silent treatment because they don't want you to feel worthy. They don't want you to see how great you are, how important you are to this lineage, bloodline. Cosmically, how important you are. You're anchoring in divine law and order. Okay? And a lot of us are. We are all simultaneously doing this thing together. It ain't easy, but it's well worth it. We signed up to do this when we reincarnated here or incarnated here. We decided to do that. You signed up for it. Yeah, you're a winner. And these is some raggedy motherfuckers. I got raggedy motherfucker. Yes, you are always more than what meets the eye. Thousands of angels and demons walk with you. Look, these cards, they be funny. But yeah, you got the light and the dark walking with you, Divine Collective. All them demons that they scared of, you claimed them. They respect you. So while they sending you demons, quote unquote, they coming to support you. They gonna probably go back to their ass and rip their heads off. Because they some raggedy motherfuckers. While they trying to send some shit your way, you know? Spirit say you walk with angels and demons. Because it's really not what they think. It's not what they make it seem like. 90s baby is here. It came out earlier too. Trying to get somebody the silent treatment and make them feel like they less than them. Please. Please, exactly. Play P-U-S-S-Y, get F-U-C-K-E-D. Exactly. And I seen fuck around and found out. So they fuck around and found out exactly what it is and what it ain't gonna be. Right. Being strategic with loyalty here. Came out earlier too. I'm telling you. That's why Spirit say off with their heads, because they know what they be doing. They know what they're doing. If you giving somebody the silent treatment, what will be the reason? You want them to second guess themselves. You want them to feel less than. You want them to feel every way than what they should be feeling, which is in their birthright. So you diabolical there. And you know what you're doing. Oh, I'm going to purposely ignore them. I'm going to purposely withhold my emotions from them. I don't want them to feel that I actually care a little bit. Or weaponize their emotions and empathy. They'll act like they care. They'll act like they're loyal just to get you where they want you in a vulnerable space so that they can exploit you. You still wicked and diabolical there. And you just gotta call it what it is. Yeah. Then look, I'm telling you, you gotta beat the narcissists at their own game. We know they tactics. They weak now. At first it was like, oh my God. Oh my God, how I'm gonna deal with this? Am I a narcissist too? You know, they had you so fucked up questioning if you a narcissist. Then you realize it's just a mind fuck they've been playing with you, a mind game. Then you start to catch on to their patterns. Now you in your power. Now you ain't second guessing yourself. Now you ain't underestimating yourself, and they underestimated you the whole time because they didn't understand how intelligent you are or is, and how you have the ability to recognize their patterns. And don't forget, right? Because your memory is like, you don't forget. So once you put them thoughts together and you reflect it and you start to see them patterns showing up in everybody, like your relationships, your family, wherever, you're like, I see what's going on. You was trying to play me. Yeah, because they was all working together. I'm telling you, they all narcissists. And once it's kind of like, this is why I tell people to like study the dark triad. Because if you study the dark triad, that's Machiavellianism, psychopathy, and narcissism. Once you really understand them patterns and the depth, because I think narcissism is kind of like the tip of the iceberg. But nonetheless, you pretty much can beat them at their own game and become their worst nightmare. Okay? Yeah, interdimensional time travel. Yeah, I'm the narcissist's worst nightmare. I'll discard you before you discard me. I will ignore the fuck out of you until you turn into a corpse. You're going to be mad as hell trying to come after the divine collective that resonate with this here channel. Okay? Because we are the narcissist's worst nightmare. They can't fuck with us. We doing our big one now. It might have got us in the last lifetime. But baby, you ain't seeing me in this one. No. Because I travel interdimensionally, multidimensionally. I'm all up in the ethers. And I see you on every plane. I see what you're doing. So you can't trick me anymore. Yeah. And I don't need you to love me. I can love myself. That's what it really be. Trying to play on your love. Thank y'all for the gifts. I see y'all. Yeah, trying to get rich off you. Trying to... What? Nah. Nah, we love ourselves. We quick to say no. Our boundaries are strong. We don't jeopardize and compromise our boundaries. Exactly. We love ourselves enough for you and me. Exactly. This was emotional incest going on here. Right. So what I'm getting to is that this could have been a type of dynamic where either the mother figure was too close to the sons in the family. Like they really had like a emotional romantic relationship with their sons, possibly. Or the father figure with the daughters. Something like that is what I'm feeling. Emotional incest. So just take that how it resonates. Okay. Time is it? How much time I got? Strategic awareness. Disloyal. Exactly. These people are disloyal. Strategic awareness. I'm picking up on, like, they will only see what they want to see. They will only see if it benefited them. Say your mom was very close to your brothers and she would do anything for them. Yeah, that's what it's giving. I was about to say, like, you know, with this strategic awareness card, they only take accountability fakely. They have fake accountability if it benefited them. You know, you tell them the truth about their behaviors, how they make you feel, what they've been doing, showing favoritism. They don't want to see that. They don't want to hear that. It's too true. It's too real. They disloyal. I'll be the villain in your story. You're the clown in mine. They're disloyal. I wouldn't give a damn what they thought. Think what you want. Just know you ain't coming around here no more. Yeah, 144 here again. Crazy. And that's when I realized, like, with this interdimensional travel, time travel, I'm picking up on, like, there is, okay, in spiritual intelligence, something about the shadows, these forces in the shadows that you have the ability to see interdimensionally. You have spiritual intelligence. You know, a lot of people only see surface level. They don't pick up on the same things that you pick up on spiritually. Dorian says, you feel this message all in your stomach? Ashe, it's the truth. Yeah, futuristic is here too. So something about you has always just been out of the norm. You know, you're authentic. You're yourself. So, and people might perceive you as something foreign or some type of alien because you're futuristic. And you have spiritual intelligence and you have the ability to travel interdimensionally. So you are slaying giants and demons interdimensionally. On different times. That's coming up like different timelines. Yeah. So it's like you in the past, the present, and the future at one time. That's what I'm getting. Something about your dreams too. Something about your dreams and you traveling in your dream state. Be waking up with scratches. Yeah. I'm about to get off here at 8:30, okay? I just seen all set. Goddess Isis got us all set. Okay. I'm gonna see you when I get done, okay? Just give me a second. Be at war in your dreams. Possibly. Something about dreams is here. Simulation. Y'all, the 7 deadly sins is coming up a lot. Like, I just can't stop thinking about it. Like, the 7 deadly sins are attached to I gotta get my phone. Hold on. I gotta tell y'all something. Hold up. We them boys. Hold up. Okay. Where is it? Give me a second, real quick, because Spirit is wanting me to speak about this for somebody. These 7 deadly sins and the significance of how it connects to the family belief system. Okay. I was writing, getting my presentation together. Probably was going to talk about this in depth on YouTube, or maybe I'll make a video about it. I don't know. Whatever I feel. But let me just say this. Okay, because there are 7 archons, right? Those archons are directly connected to the 7 deadly sins. And we got 7 people in here, which is interesting, right? Now, if you go look it up, you will also see that the 7 archons are connected to planets. So I like to call them the 7 webs of deception that intertwines multidimensionally and interdimensionally. So this is what I want you to understand, that your family dynamic is directly connected to one of them 7 deadly webs. If not all, some. They may intertwine at some points. You understand? So these webs of deception correlate with the 7 archons. That is who you're beating. That is who you are at war with. But see, the fact that you speak the truth, you're authentic, they don't stand a chance with you. I think a lot of times people talk about the archons. You know, Yaldabaoth is one that's like really popular, but it's actually 7 of them that are the 7 deadly sins that we call, you know, wrath, sloth, envy, blah, blah, blah. That's all connected to that. But the only way that these webs of deception are able to deceive is by way of illusion. So if you are piercing through these illusions with the fire and sword of truth, then what power do this archon have? None. And this is multidimensionally and interdimensionally, where you are dealing with the past, present, and future simultaneously. It's like you're weaving, anchoring beyond space and time. Okay? A lot of people are being controlled by Yaldabaoth. That's pride. That's narcissism. Okay, that's the ones who, you know, self-worship themselves in a distorted way. They're very arrogant. They can't hear the truth. They don't want to know the truth. They think that they are source. And it's also Saturn, right? Which is where, see, that's going to take us down another rabbit hole. But, you know, that Saturn is supposed to connect with the squares. You know how everything is square? And, you know, that's who the celebrities worship. That's who all of these false systems worship, is that Saturnian Yaldabaoth. That's where it's really all going. All of their sacrificing, they making, you understand what I'm saying? Like, it's really a rabbit hole. But I'm just trying to keep it surface level to where you understand why I'm saying what I'm saying. Okay? But the point is, they exploit all cosmic law and order. Okay? That's what the 7 deadly sins do. And they're all attached to a chakra as well. Yeah, but we'll talk more about that on YouTube or something. But I just wanted to say that. Now, weapons. I see weapons twice. Psychological, to silence you. Exploiting your vulnerabilities, to blackmail you. Psychological attacks. That's the war. You know, me seeing weapons twice here, it's just like, that's the war that we're in. It's psychological, it's spiritual, indeed. But you reclaiming your power and operating in your authenticity, you know, them unwavering boundaries that you have. That's the power. That is the right ego here. That is your weapons to fight back. Egotistical people. Align with the frequency of your desired self. Right. These are shapeshifters. These are shapeshifters who operate with these 7 archons. Deadly sins. You say keep flowing. Look, because I'm getting hot now. I feel like I'm like really in my element. But yeah, you say yes, one of Michael Jackson's album cover had that symbolism of Saturn. See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? I'm trying to make the connection. I'm trying to help y'all make the connection. And go do your research. Go read. Sekhmet is here as well. Yeah, secret addictions. You know, I like to take things that are very complicated and make them simple. I think a lot of times, if you teaching about something and you can't break it down to where the average person understands what you're saying, then maybe you ain't ready to talk about that just yet. And that's what I like to do. Just break it down. Because source is really not complicated. It's really not. It's very simple. It don't have to be complicated. The complications come from the deceptions, the forces of deception, these web of lies and half truths, you know, like, so maybe that's why Sekhmet is here too. It's like, you know, that's why we, the truth speakers and people that really want you to know the truth, they'll tell you to go within, know thyself. Because once I realized how simple things really were, I actually laughed out loud. Religion makes it complicated. Society makes it complicated. People make it complicated because they want to be the smartest person or the most, you know, knowledgeable in this area. And it's like, just say what it is, you know. We don't need no special words. Just use regular words. I'll set here, healer, and wealth transfer. See, that take us back full circle to the beginning of this reading. Elevating karmic cycles. Why? Because now you are in a cycle of wealth now. They tried to bind you to these karmic cycles, and you have evolved from them. You have slayed many, many demons. Say, you my type of people? Yeah. Let's just keep it simple, okay? Keep it simple, child. Yes, this is a wealth transfer. It's only up from here, Divine Collective. The Orishas is here. Felt the need to say that again. Oshun is what I'm hearing. Specifically in Osset, Sekhmet, Kalima, hand mudras. Hand mudras and mantras for protection as well. Okay. Yeah, powerful abilities is showing, peeping through here at the top. Powerful abilities. Powerful abilities to adapt. And when you go into study the goddess archetypes for the women, the goddesses that's watching, you know, it should help you embrace all of who you are as a divine feminine. You know, because society puts on the stigmas. Society wants to categorize the woman and put her in a box. Okay? They make being a woman so complicated, either disgusting or, you know, not worthy if you don't have this type of partner, that type of lifestyle, whatever the case. Just go connect with those goddess archetypes, okay? Because they're coming through very heavy. We got 666 here as well, okay? It's giving 9 ether. It's giving divine being. Yeah, you real, you strategic isolation. So the goddesses may have you isolated at this moment for a reason. Not only because it is wealth transfer, but because it is information and knowledge you are about to become aware of. Reclaiming your power and creative life force. Embracing your femininity, every aspect of that, embodying that. Okay, I'm even picking up on like you are becoming a channel for these frequencies of the goddesses I mentioned to move through, to manifest through. Okay? And that is what society is afraid of. Society is afraid of the woman that they cannot control. There is no goddess that you will read about that was controlled. Not one. That was controlled and liked it. Because that's not your birthright. Your birthright is not to be controlled. Your birthright is to be free, wild, expressive, loving, all of the things. Not just one version of a woman because it makes society feel comfortable. Nah. We was a sisterhood. Before there ever was the brotherhood, there was a sisterhood, goddesshood. Okay? We were the original secret society. The true feminists. That exactly. Spirit says cosmic order. This cosmic order. Somebody mad. You left them in the dust. Don't you just love being a goddess? An empress? A high priestess? Don't you just love it? And I appreciate the divine masculines who can appreciate the divine feminine in her power, in her authority, her rulership. I can appreciate those divine masculines who are not afraid of the woman's power. You know, feds coming out here. What else is here? Let me see. Let me get my other deck. Not the ones on the internet talking about they can get the cat again for $40 and everybody. Not them kind. Cause the food stamps low. Nah, them suckers. You know, divine masculines are not looking to exploit the woman. They're not looking for you to be a pick-me either. Or somebody that doesn't stand for what's right or who you are at the core. You know? That know who you are, that are authentic. And vice versa. I don't want no man around me that don't know who he is, and because he don't know who he is, he want to try to control me. That ain't happening. That's happened before, and it won't never ever happen again. Okay? So that's what I'm really getting with these, you know, goddess energies that's coming through here. I'm hearing untamable. Okay? So Kali Ma, I feel like gets a bad rep as if Kali Ma's, you know, I think a lot of people might perceive her energy as deadly, just deadly. You know what I mean? And it is destructive, but it also rebuilds. So if you feel connected to Kali Ma, I would just suggest doing your own individual research and seeing how you connect with that goddess energy. Okay? And when I say this, she ain't for the bullshit. That, you know, she's not. But it's also very nurturing. It's not mean girl energy. Kali Ma energy is not mean girl energy. It's, we just gonna have to keep doing this lesson until you finally see your power. You get what I'm saying? Are y'all understanding that? Kali Ma teaches you how to own your sovereignty unapologetically, authentically. And however many initiations you need to go through to get to that level, Kali Ma will be right there with you every single time. Like, you listen. You got to listen. Tough love, right? You got to listen. And you'll hear her speak. You'll feel her essence. You'll say shit. Because one time I'm like, damn. That was a little kind of desperate. Was that kind of desperate? Like, you know what I'm saying? It'll have you questioning yourself. Like, nah, don't do that no more. Don't do that no more. Because how can you really be in your power if you're desperate for anything? Like you lack something and you don't. You don't lack nothing. You're a goddess. You attract everything that you need, want, desire. Anything outside of that is desperate energy. Kali Ma, none of the goddesses are desperate. None of them. And I believe that's why I love Eartha Kitt so much, and other women like Eartha Kitt. They own their shit. They own their power. They was unfuckwittable and didn't give a fuck what people think about them. They're not going with nobody's okie doke, and they're not going with nobody else's script. And I'm not compromising for you to come into my life and wreak havoc. Why would I compromise for anybody that's wanting to enter into my life? You get what I'm saying? It's like, no, you got to have that fire. You got to have that fire and desire. We got fire signs out here. Leo came out earlier. You just got to have that fire. And see, weak people will perceive you being in your power as a threat because they're not in their power and they don't have access to that divine connection of the goddesses. They just don't have it. So they'll come after you for it. They'll come after you and attack you, or try to make you, or try to humble you or silence you, because they don't know how to perceive that raw, chaotic energy of the divine feminine. And when I say chaotic energy, I mean from like a primordial source energy. That's pure chaos, raw energy. Okay? So they try to exploit your willpower. They try to exploit your power. They want to humble you. And a lot of time it's men that want to humble women who are in their power, because they have, this stigma that a woman in their power is not controllable and can't be tamed, and can't. Even in not the forest, even in the wild, the male lions don't fuck around with the lioness. When you got two lioness going at it, and they establishing their territories, that male lion don't fuck around with the fuck around. He let them do them, because at the end of the day, he probably gonna make babies with both sides. He ain't picking no side, But I feel like men have overstepped a lot of their boundaries. I don't know why this turning into this. Maybe somebody needed to hear this, okay? But nonetheless, okay, men trying to be women when they should just be their self. They're in their masculinity. And the real masculine, divine masculine, respects the divine feminine and her primordial energy that is not meant to be controlled. Say, I've been told by so many men that I'm too masculine and headstrong. And see, that's a manipulation tactic. It's not that you're too masculine. They're too weak. You're supposed to be headstrong. You're a leader. You're a warrior. Divine feminines ain't never was weak. And that's the misconception. That's the stigma around it. Ain't nothing weak about a divine feminine. Never have been. Please. No, Takan, go to sleep. I don't want to take it off yet. They said take it off tomorrow. Ugh. Go take your clothes off. I told y'all to get in the shower too. Here, throw this away. Go hop in the shower so you can lay down. It look a little swollen. We have to put some. Look, you dropped something. Have to put some ice on it. What? Right there. Throw that away. Where's Cassidy? On the stairs? Okay, I'm about to get off here soon. Say, yeah, facts. Yeah. All right, so go ahead and do that research. It says no honor amongst thieves. And no more negative thoughts. Okay. The goddesses too will help you reprogram your subconscious mind. Because I got no more negative thoughts here. And it pretty much teaches you and guides you on how to surrender to the universe. Okay? Cognitive dissonance is here. The truth triggers disengagement. Okay? And no honor amongst thieves. And I would strategically cut your ass off to whoever was trying to exploit your willpower. That's what it's given. These people have cognitive dissonance. And I got the Ankh in reverse, which lets me know that they were exploiting the divine laws, cosmic law and order. Okay? That's what I'm getting from that. But the Ankh may be significant for you, and it does represent life. New money is here as well. New money. And speak your truth. Okay? Let me get a few closing cards. And I'm going to get off here because it's been about an hour. Yeah, trying to exploit your willpower. Gratitude, Miss Precious. Give me a few closing cards for the collective. I'm successful. How are you? Look, increase. I'm telling y'all, this is the energy that y'all in, Divine Collective. Y'all are in the energy of increase, elevating these karmic cycles, okay? New money is coming in. You are the currency. You are the current sea. The current of the sea. Did you pick that up? You have successfully manifested something near and dear to your heart. So you are the motion. You are the waves. And core values. You never went against source in your core values. You always stood on that. Okay? So we got the number 6, life path may be significant here. 11, follow your heart and make your values priority. Follow your core values here. And source. Your connection to source is the light and love that shines through you and leads the way. You may become a mentor. Okay? You are about to meet somebody or become that mentor to someone of high integrity, and you're headed in the right direction. Ashe? Magic touch. That card came out earlier too, I think. Yep. All right, y'all, because I am sleepy. That message resonated with you, go ahead and hit that follow button. Double tap the screen if you're still here. Follow me on YouTube. And we're going to go ahead and close as we conclude this investigation. Too loud. Okay, wait a minute. As we conclude this investigation, Ashe, we now expose the spiritual criminals, okay? Anybody that's involved in trying to take down the Divine Collective or target the Divine Collective, these karmics, okay, who have violated divine law and order, we turn them over to the Galactic Federation and jurisdiction. May justice be delivered swiftly to the divine detectives and collective. So it is done. Ashe. Say yes, ma'am. Ashe. Look. Everybody will be held accountable. Let no stone go unturned. You're so welcome. I love y'all too. I love y'all. That's why I had to come back again. I was already on live earlier, but don't forget, I'm gonna upload this to YouTube. Okay, so if you've been coming in and out, you know, you can always go back and watch it on YouTube. So y'all have a good night. What'd you say? Have a beautiful day on purpose with a purpose. Say yes, ma'am, Dorian. Thank y'all for the gift, support, love, shares, comments, inbox, all of that good stuff. And I will catch y'all in the next live. Have a good night. You too.